Alright, now here we are in the menu screen of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. I've lowered the volume since, the Vita is pointing directly at the mic. If I have the volume all the way to up, you probably won't hear me too well, but just to give you an example, this is probably a bad example of how the volume on the Vita sounds, but if I have it maxed out, it's pretty much blasting in the mic, you won't hear me, so I'm just going to lower that to about so as I review now. Let's just go to offline mode. There's a touch mode for Marvel. I'm not going to review the game or anything like that, but there's a touch mode to give you the automatic little touch combos, which my personal opinion is rookie, but that's a whole other subject to the matter. I'm going to go to arcade. And by the way, if you can see how good the graphics look from my camera to the Vita's all LED screen, gorgeous. Now, I'm a bit of a cheese, but the VS controller, you'll see how it turns out. It's not like playing a console, so I'm not going to be nowhere near as effective. Just going to pick these, my favorite team here. Now, just want to run through a match or whatever, just to show you how, how the experience looks. I'm going to put the difficulty on hard, time, damage medium, fight request, I'm going to leave that on, so if a player decides to hit me up during the match, I'll show you how online match, and hopefully he's talking through his building mic or a headset, and then I can show you how the online experience works. But it's very console-like. Rank match, player match, doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it ranked. Maybe that'll increase the chance of somebody playing me, since I'm already signed it online. Well, I forgot to fail to mention, if you leave your Wi-Fi on with the Vita and it's inactive, it'll basically cut the Wi-Fi off to kind of reserve battery. But since I just connected to the rank match, so I have friend request on, I had to just reconnect real quick. Even though the Wi-Fi and the settings is still on, it'll temporarily turn off if it's not in use. Hulk introduction, Taskmaster. Now hopefully I'll get a guy coming in. Now obviously Hulk is gonna really whoop my ass on the fact that he's on hard difficulty. So I hope you can hear that and how the sound sounds, but it's not. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. As I'm reviewing now, hopefully this guy have his mic plugged in. He's on a 2-game win streak. Me, I just started it. And who am I playing? Reaper Joseph. Hey Reaper, can you hear me? Do you have a mic plugged in? Disappointingly so, he's not responding, so what can I say about that? Maybe he'll be a lot easier to play off than Now, after running through the match a little bit, I want to show you exactly how the game works when you go back to the main. I'm going to back up, right out of here. Takes a little snapshot of where you last left off. Since I'm online, it's probably going to boot me from online, so I'm just going to try it, and let's see if it goes right back. Surprisingly enough, it held the connection pause and kept me right back. Fortunately for this guy, I'm going to leave again, and he's going to get the automatic win. Now, I'm going to show you what an application looks like within the Vita. Let's try Netflix. Pops up, lets you know it's running. Now you can see that I have, what is that? A few applications running. Netflix, Ultimate Marvel, Settings, Browser, Camera. 5 applications running. Now when I have all but so many applications running, it's going to tell me that, alright, it's going to close. The application is probably eating the most RAM, but I probably don't reach that threshold yet. Speaking of the devil, I actually have. Opening Netflix, 5 applications must be the Vita's limit. I could be wrong about that. Do not hold me to that. But every 5th application or so, it'll tell me to close the game, because I assume the game will probably eat the most RAM. Hit OK now. Now the Ultimate Marvel is closed. So basically, when you go back to it, it's gonna start from the beginning. It's not gonna go to the save state of what you just had it. Now we're gonna load. A new version is available in the live area screen, Vita Store, but we're not going to update that. We'll worry about that later. Let it do its its thing. Loading, 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 loading. Let's move it on, Vita. I think I'll take a quick nap. Alrighty. Now, as I mentioned in the browsing experience, how I was a little disappointed from a quad-core mobile device moving kind of slow. I'm pretty much going to say it's feeling the same, or just not as optimized in the Netflix. Seeing some applications I've been messing with, it feels that way. Like it can use more optimization, because I don't feel like these applications for the Vita are just not smooth enough. Like I said, for a quad-core processor, dedicated video card, it boggles my mind. I'm just gonna scroll around, see how it renders. I mean, my Wi-Fi's connection it's locked down, so it shouldn't even be loading this slow. I'm trying to scroll very quickly. Little delay on the movement. You can't really abuse it, but gets the job done. Just gonna click an episode of Family Guy here to show how that looks when it loads up. Loading. Play episode 1. So, if you were looking to use this for another Netflix, don't even bother. It'll probably frustrate you from the slow loading and the kind of slow display, than getting a very smooth and enjoyable experience. Like I said, you get your cell phone, a Droid, iPod, iPad, etc., etc. We're gonna back out of Netflix now. Looks pretty good though. Video quality Netflix, excellent. Back out of here now. Since Netflix is my 5th application running, I really don't want it. I'm just gonna swipe to close. Jump us right back to the home screen. Now I'm gonna pretty much kind of run it down how I feel about the game. Now before I even run it down, I'm gonna show you the store. That's my last app. Welcome Park, Facebook, Friends, group messaging, self-explanatory messaging for stuff like that. So I'm not even gonna get into those. Just let me show you the store. I was very impressed with the store. Now, what I liked about the store most, this is a great idea what Sony's doing. They offer pretty much mobile games. For example, Plants vs. Zombies, Fruit Ninja. I thought that was a very great idea to add mobile games onto your Vita, your handheld. Great idea. And also, in addition to buying the Vita cartridges or the Vita cards for the games, you can just get the digital file if you don't want to go through the headache of owning a physical copy of the game. So I was like, boom, once again, genius. And I'm hoping for each game that releases in the future that they also have a hard copy and a digital copy go right away. It's kind of a pain in the ass if they're gonna release a digital copy first and then a few months later give you the I said it backwards. If they give you the hard copy first and then a month or two later give you the digital copy. Me personally, I'm very lazy, and I would rather just get the digital copy to save me a lot of time and traveling if I can, you know. So Vita games only, and these are the digital copies I was telling you about. You can buy, funny games like Ben 10 Galactic Racing, Dynasty Warriors Next, Dragon Hunters, etc., etc. Little Deviants. Hit back. They also have a video store if you're into paying for videos, that is. Gonna hit back. Demos, pretty good. Applications. Facebook, already have it. Flickr, pretty good. That's the Netflix, which we just came out of. But very limited. Doesn't have a lot of apps. If the Vita is just new to the market, so I will give it more time there. And we have a media tab. So let me back out of there. But once you go back, like I said, once you go in this Vita menu, very fluent, smooth, and responsive. As far as the application is concerned, that's a whole nother ballgame. Once you end the application, I'm guessing it's going to the developers if Sony allowed third-party developers to develop for them. But they really need to spend more time optimizing and making this much more of a smoother experience. From my personal experience, 1.0 products or first shipment, first stock products are never usually the thing to do, as there are always problems. There's going to be update fixes. I'm pretty sure they're going to be firmware updates to optimize what I'm saying here now, so forth and so on. Now, from my personal experience with the Vita, I have one big negative, or one thing I really don't like. I really don't like the fact that the D-pad and analog are almost vertically next to each other, like right here and right below, and they're a lot smaller than last year's, well, not last year's, last handhelds buttons. I just feels like, especially with me, I guess you can say that I have big bulky thumbs, so people with smaller hands probably won't have this issue, but I feel like it's hurting my hand that I'm forcing my thumb to go back as I'm playing, so it's not very comfortable, and I'm having a hard time playing certain games. Now, venture games, easy because you can take your time as the rest. That fighting game, the Ultimate, which you just see me playing, oh my god, the worst. I have very bad experience trying to get my moves out and play consistently as I do on the console version. Like I said, I'm not speaking for everybody's behalf. I'm just speaking on my personal experience because of my thumbs. I felt that the controls should be more outward this way, for which your thumbs naturally vertically go. You know, your thumbs are kind of pointed this way, not up like that, so it doesn't feel very comfortable. As far as the bulkiness of the Vita, I mean, if you own the first PlayStation Portable, it's pretty much on par, so don't really expect some super thin, super miracle, you know, innovation there. And I gotta say, I would say at $250, it's a cool device. $250, I like it. 3G, I figure it's worthless. Who wants to go spend an extra $300, extra $50, and then go pay for a monthly 3G service? And 3G is not all that good. Now, if I had LTE, that would have been a whole nother ball game. But 3G, don't waste your time with it. Does it look like you can take a fall as far as the build quality? I wouldn't personally test it. And for the launch title games, I would say if you're in the market for a Vita, just wait. I don't think now's the right time. The games that are launched with it's okay. I was kind of disappointed with my favorite game, not being disappointed in the game itself because it's virtually identical to the console. It's just the controls. It's too squinging and it just does not work for me. But you may have another experience with it depending on your hand size. Overall though, if I had to get a PSP rating, which I'm gonna, I would give it a 7. I'm giving it a 7 off the strength that its launch was very weak. I wasn't too impressed with the games they launched. I thought Sony could have did a lot better job of doing so. Being said, with the mediocre launch title of games, if you have any comments, I'm pretty sure I missed out on a few things, or something specific that you may be looking for, like dimensions. I didn't mention that purposely because most people are not interested in that. There are very few who are, but if you do, just drop me a comment. I will post that up in the comments. And also, I want to tell for my subscribers and new viewers alike, if you have any requests for any type of gadget, just, you know, send us a message to SNN, inbox it, or in the video. When I get the chance, I'll look at it, and if we can afford it, we'll definitely go out and review it for you if you're curious. So keep that in mind, guys, and definitely subscribe. This is Silver here from SNN Tech. Good night, people.